Hey everyone, Swole Writer here, and welcome to my channel. Yeah, this is going to be the first video, not that it's the first time I've recorded this video. I've recorded this video on a number of... Four times I'm going to say. But yeah, anyways, yeah, welcome to my channel. I'm an upcoming author. My background is in various things apparently. But that's okay. So we're going to start off, I guess, my channel with the author Newbie Tag, just because over the last couple weeks, I was figuring out how I was going to do this, and I saw everyone else does a Newbie Tag. I've never seen it before. So, yeah. But, yeah, so here it is. Let's, I think it'll just be, easier for me to break into, because it is killing me. I literally just cannot accept that it's just going to be atrocious no matter what. So I just got to send it out there, right, for all to see. But yeah. So, anyways, if you see me looking over to that direction, that's because we're looking at this, because I don't have it memorized. So, yeah, how did you find out about AuthorTube? Well, I found out because I started writing, and then I realized I don't know how to write, and then so I hopped on YouTube. And that's how I found out about it. It kind of started with Brandon Sanderson and Jenna Moresi, and it was just a bunch of other people, Abby Evans, and just kind of went from there. Yeah. On to question 2. So, what genres do you write in? Ironically enough, I wanted to start writing sci-fi. Probably due to that influence over here. But I was like, I don't think I have the capabilities to write sci-fi. So I wrote high fantasy. Fantasy? I'm going to say I wrote high fantasy instead. What I tend to write apparently seems to be very violent and kind of more darker. So I don't think it classifies like a subgenre of grimdark. But I'd probably put it closer to fantasy. Yeah, but I also write sci-fi as well because, yeah, not that I've published anything, but, I just like writing. I'm mainly on the fantasy track. Yeah. So, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category story? I don't think I know what that means, but okay, wait. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, writing tense, not past tense. I write in the present. I don't think I write. Is future tense are you talking myth and it was to come to be or something like that? That doesn't make sense. But. Yeah, present tense. Point of view, third person point of view. It's like a third person deep. Please stop texting me. I can see it. Oh my god. I'm getting distracted. It's very easy for me. And category is story. Children's. I'd say, yeah, definitely adult. It's on the adult themes of things. The violence is probably not meant for the younglings. But yeah. On to question 4. Are you a plotter? A panza? like a panza tank? Sorry, that's not that funny, but I'm a panza full by chance? No. Or a plancer. Panzer? Oh, by the seam of your pants. Who would have thought? No. Originally, I was a panza tank, yeah? But then I was so when I first started writing, I wrote a whole book, and I was just winging it because I have a motto that all my friends hate now, and it's called, you're never ready. Just gotta wing it. But the problem is, it didn't make any sense. Like, the main character just was like, yeah, there's no reason for anyone to like this character, and I probably should have plotted this out better. I just put a bunch of things I wanted to see, and yeah, and the joke that I originally started writing for just evaporated into thin air. So I ended up becoming a plancer when I was like, you know what? We're going to make this into a series. It's going to become like a 3-part series, and then let's go to book 1. This will be book 3, and book 3 will probably evaporate into thin air as well as I change it all, because that was the first thing I ever wrote for a book. Yeah. So plancer, yeah. Long story short, I'm a plancer. I mainly wing it, but it's winging it with like an idea, like not like carefully plotted things. It's like, well, this is what I want to have happen. This is this. This is that. This is that. And I just fill everything in, and then moments of inspiration just hit me like an explosion, and I had to pick up all the pieces and throw them in. But yeah. Number 5. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? Yet to be published. I'm in the middle of editing book 1, but turns out I hate editing. And I didn't know this till like 2 months ago, as I barely do it. Book 6. What publishing, yada yada yada, and if not yet published, what is your dream publishing house? There's houses? Dream or literary? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. I think I want to self-publish, maybe? That, or get help from someone? I don't know. I think I want to go to the direction of like self-publishing, because from what it seems like, is people have more freedom in choosing like different things for it, or maybe that's the conception I'm getting out of it. But yeah. You know what? I want this in the shot, but I also want to burn the plant. Okay. What? What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? It's going to be nothing but how to write videos, as I'm someone who doesn't know how to write. That's all you're going to find. How to write, how to be a professional writer, how to publish. No, I'm kidding. But I haven't thought that through fully. But I do want to say that it's just like everyone else, from what I've seen from like the 20 to 40 AuthorTube videos I've seen. Probably like closer to 20 on that. It's kind of like documenting my journey, right? And then, yeah, I'm going to document my journey, and I think I want to do like lore videos of like the universes I create. I don't know. I just love listening to the lore videos, and I feel like it'd just be like pretty cool to just kind of talk about this massive like rabbit hole that I've just kept digging and digging and digging, because I love that stuff. Like when you play a video game, when you watch a movie, when you watch a show, when you like get into a book or something, and there's all these like hidden little like Easter eggs and everything else, and all these little bits of lore and bits of influence from here and that. It's like that stuff I love. And so I've like worked hard on like creating that for kind of the worlds I'm making. Right? It's only one world officially, the sci-fi one. We're kind of getting there. Yeah, we gotta work on that. But still pretty sick so far. But okay, next question. When did you start writing? So, as it is December now. Gosh, my nose is itching this whole time. But we're just gonna go with it. So as it's December now, I started writing 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. So, it started on, yeah, it started as a joke, and then I committed to like writing it. It's not a great joke. It was a probably joke more for me, but yeah, I committed to it, and then here we are 2 years later with one book that needs to be edited. Second book, I've got maybe like 70,000 words for, you know, mostly due to NaNoWriMo, which I finally accomplished for the first time. It was hard. Not that hard, but I went to Hawaii, so just like a week in Hawaii just made that incredibly hard. But yeah, started a year ago. Times 2. It started 2 years ago. All right. What was the first story you ever wrote? The one I wrote 2 years ago, or I started writing 2 years ago, which I finished, like in the following summer, and then, yeah. And by the way, that would be I think it was the summer of 2022. Yeah, so that was the first story I've officially written. I've never written before 2 years ago. I never thought I'd write, and I never thought I'd fall in love with writing either. Or all the world building that you do. Yeah. I'm probably not going to fall in love with, like, editing, but that's okay. But, yeah, so that would be when I first wrote. Technically, I guess I've always, like, thought of, like, these different ideas of, like, I don't know, when I was, like, a kid or something, or, like, I create these, like, huge imaginative stories or something like that in my head, and I just, like, kind of play it out, or, like, I'd imagine me and my boys, right, the good old OG Band of Brother group from high school. I like try to draw these like little comics. I'm a terrible artist. I can't draw worth anything, but I try to draw them, right? And I imagine us like being some like. I'm trying not to cuss. It is so hard. I'm trying not to cuss, but you know. Basically, like, being, like, Spartans or Space Marines or, like, Gears of War, you know, all these different things, and just, like, doing, like, last stands, like, you know, to the end or something like that, where, like, I, like, sacrifice myself and then they, like, live on. Probably explains a lot of my dreams lately, but that's okay. But yeah, so, officially, first story I ever wrote 2 years ago. I'm just ranting, but I think everyone does that. Yeah, so what authors have inspired your writing the most? Well, I gotta hand it down to, you know, the OG, Tolkien. With... Now that's I love Two Towers, and I loved it even more in the movies. But, so, with, like, The Hobbit, right? This was then the first books I've read. This was the first book I read that probably wasn't the Bible. But, and then from there, yeah, the Halo book series. But really, it comes down to Dan Abnett with his whole book series on the Tanith First and Only, the Gaunt's Ghost series. I love that series. It is my favorite series up to date in terms of like writing and stuff like that, because it's kind of like a Band of Brother-esque, you know. It's like it's got the grimdark themes. Everything's just like they're going through hell basically every time, you know, and then they're always like surviving by like the wits of their their teeth, you know. It's just like that's kind of, it's influenced a lot of my writing, I would say. And I'm really trying to build up to like where it could be something like that, right? But you got to start somewhere. But that would be the major influence. What would be Dan Abnett? I wonder if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I pronounce things incorrectly all the time. But on to the next. So, do you schedule your write? You're never ready. Just gotta wing it. I literally just wing it. That's it. Though technically, I'll go to like Starbucks on Saturday, and then I'll like go right there for like a couple to few hours or something like that. Do you type on a... Yeah, I type on a computer. My handwriting's atrocious, so if I write it, I'll barely be able to read it. So if it's notes or something, like, okay, this is like what I gotta do, that's okay. But if I'm actually like literally trying to like type up dialogue, setting everything like that, there's no way. It's gotta be on the keyboard. And then question 13, what are you most looking forward to now that you're part of AuthorTube? I would say just like, like a lot of the videos I saw, being part of the community. I don't know. It's a lonely world trying to write, and none of my friends write. Well, technically, one just got into writing. No, technically, two of them just got into writing. One didn't tell me about it till like the last party we were at. And then another one, we're just trying to push there. You gotta write that book. But, she like edits all my terrible writing. But yeah. And then I know another person from the army that who wrote a book as well. But other than that, I'm not really part of like the writing community. I just want to hop in, and I'm like, yo, I want to be stuck in with the boys. Where they at? But I haven't really seen that many male like author tubers either. But I feel like it'd be like pretty cool to just kind of like, I don't know, interact with like just any of the other author tubers, but especially the ones writing like fantasy or sci-fi and stuff like that. But any and everyone, because everyone has a golden perspective. That's all. And second reason, right? What am I looking forward to? It's kind of just like, I feel like this will help push me if I remain consistent, which is going to be really hard. But I think it will help push me forward into like where I need to be. I'll probably get better at like editing videos. Who knows? I'll probably, get better at like networking. Not really. But definitely editing videos, I hope. Or at least speaking in front of videos. This is hard. This is really hard. And I'm someone who like, sees himself as like more on the extroverted side of things. But yeah. And my writing should improve if I continue to do this. And that's what I'm really excited about, because I would really, I don't know. I'm not like writing to, gosh, that itch is still there. I'm not writing to like be some glorious author or anything. I never even thought about it like for most of my life, but to like share these ideas and to be like worthy enough to be on like someone's shelf or something like that, and them to like take these like moments of like where like in Dan Abnett, I think I like shed a tear. No, I like cried because like you'll have these characters that follow you along in this long book series that's ongoing, and then they'll just start to die and stuff like that, and I'm like, and those little like moments of humanity and stuff like that, and you remember, and it feels like you lose a friend. I want to invoke like those kind of, I want to be able to write to the point where I can invoke like such like human feelings. So I could like really touch on topics. Oh my gosh, I'm biting my tongue. But touch on topics I'd like to write about, which is probably much deeper, and I'll probably not fully share it with you, but who knows. But yeah, that's what I'm most excited about. So I appreciate your time coming out here on the random space of YouTube and watching this video. If you made it this far, good for you, I guess. I don't know. No, yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited if I post this. But yeah, anyways, I don't know how to sign this off, but appreciate you, the Swole Writer. I was about to say something cheesy like I'm signing off, or Swole Writer out. No, I don't know. Matane.